drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, stretch, tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, stretch, tell him run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, stretch, tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, stretch, tell him run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, stretch, tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, stretch, tell him run it up. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. I can't stand it. Out of order way you move it, see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. Guys playing, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy Monday, hope you all had a good weekend. Let's see what we got going on, who we got in YouTube chat, who we got in Zoom. Let's see. Nice. Jay is here, Quincy. The almighty word. What is the almighty word, my friend? You must tell me, what is the almighty word? Interesting username, the almighty word. Also, happy Diwali. Yes, indeed, it is Diwali today. So, happy Diwali to everyone who celebrates it. I just disconnected for like 5 seconds. The Bible. I would believe the Bible is more than one word, right? So the almighty words might be more suited. Anyways, that's up to you. Today, clean day. Nothing we have. Nothing. Full clean. Bit of German PPI at 10 a.m. which could bring some spark into, you know, some short-term spark. Otherwise, but nothing major here. So let's have a look at the charts here. Gold obviously pullback here. Big boy pullback over Friday. We're seeing about almost a 2,000 pip pullback. Creating some sort of support now. And we're just, you know, chill Asian session, which is nice for a change. For us, London. For it to range is not out of the ordinary. We do have a daily candle bearish. So now we have a daily resistance after about 5 days of upside. Let's put this here, BR. Moving on to weekly, obviously still closed bullish. Very strong weekly bullish candle. But daily candle closing bearish now. 4-hour time frame closing bullish. So today is actually a mixed session bias. Current 4-hour no mini top wick here. So not that bad. Right now we are having a 4-hour support down here. Those are our big time frame ranges here. Currently we're trying to move down towards this 1-hour support. We just crossed through this 1-hour support, no problems here. High chance we close bearish here in 7 minutes. I would be surprised at it flipping. Would be pretty crazy for it to flip, if I'm being honest. Let's take this 15 because this 15 is first here. Change this 15. Right now we're around the previous 4-hour support, just below it, which we have here. Yeah, which we can see some reaction. So for buys today, I would like to get maybe back inside the 15-minute range. I only worry about the 1-hour being so close. So possibly above the previous 4-hour, which is the 50 level as well, key level. Now for sells to continue down right now, we are dumping as we speak towards that support down here. So the sells are kind of, there's no sell entry that there was unless you're trading extremely low time frame. I would have preferred to see this candle close bullish, next one close below. That would be a nicer sell below here to continue down bearish. Right now I'd be looking for pullbacks to continue bearish. So maybe a retest to previous 4-hour 50 level resistance from there. We have a lot of room to sell. 1 hour can be used as like a break-even spot based on 30-minute, you know, a lot of room here. I mean, we could dump just based on this, but I'm not taking a full breakout first trade of the week. Breakouts have been, you know, of the range, have not been too rewarding. Every time we close on a new low here, we retrace new low retracement. I would be excited to sell that retracement if we start to create resistances instead of being the guy selling the low. The only time I'll sell the low is if we see good structure form. That would ensure me that there's liquidity, because right now we don't have liquidity. We've dumped 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be the 5th candle in a row we've dumped. So me selling after the 5th candle, not always the smartest idea, especially with the price action we've seen in London. Can I work out? Yes, but probabilities not on our side. DAX pushing up here as we speak. Some nice buys. What time was this? This was at 7:45. Interesting time here. Pushing towards the upside. Previous daily here closing a bearish here, but rejecting our major support zone, rejecting weekly support here. Yeah, very bullish spot to be in, rejecting the support. 4-hour time frame continuing up bullish here, and heading towards this 4-hour support here. That is our next destination on the 4-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame almost at resistance here. Bring this here. So I believe buys are going to be above there. I would love to see a retracement again. I would love to buy on a pullback here. I feel like this is going to be a lot more profitable. Yes, there is some nice buys above this. Let's just double check it. 30-minute. Yeah, beautiful. It is some nice buys above here. If we can create some resistance and close above here, there is a nice range to buy up. But breakouts again have not been working the best. We could take it understanding that if it does fake out, we will be punished, and just accept the fact of being punished in order to rely on this big volume that's coming through here and try to capitalize off it. Overall, I would prefer for us to pull back at least one candle, because it's actually a very tough scenario. Why is it a tough scenario? Because I would prefer there to be a pullback, but at the same time, it wouldn't be bad for the 1-hour time frame to close above resistance, because at least for the next hour, we don't have that in the back of my mind saying that, oh, 1-hour time frame has not closed above yet. So this could all be a liquidity grab for it to fake out. At the same time, we have closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again bullish 1-hour candles, no pullbacks. So it would be nice, you know, to have the pullback as well. So maybe a close above, then the pullback, and then I buy from down here. 5-minute pullback, you know, would be quite nice, something like that. If we look at here, I want to see what broker looks like though. And how's my spreads doing? So far they look alright. Yeah, same type of zone. So hopefully today they fixed it and everything is back to normal on that side of things. Looks okay so far. So yeah, let's see how these candles close and take it from there. Yeah, I really want to be on the side of pullback. I think it'd be a lot profitable, not profitable, but it'll be a lot more confirmation than buying the highs right now, as that just simply hasn't worked as well during London. New York send it, but London not that much. So with that information, I'm probably going to wait for that, and same thing on gold here. Anyways, gold is too deep if I wanted to take a setup one sell. This would actually, even in best market conditions, I wouldn't take this, because 5 back-to-back candles, huge candles as well. Stop loss is pretty big for what we're getting. You know, 1 hour looks like it's at the bottom. You know, 1 hour could do this. Remember, we're mixed. Could retest here. You get that. Fundamentally, gold still has its bullish pressure. So let's see. Anyways, that's the analysis for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. You know the drill. Leave a like on the stream. Get the likes up to 100 likes. I would appreciate it. Call it the YouTube business. Hate to say it, but part of the game. And happy Diwali to everyone who celebrates. Oh, that's why I moved it up, because it matches the 15. What are your views on yen? Yen is boring, man. Yen is super boring. They're basically saying that in their economy, they don't want to do anything that that spikes the yen on heavy currency movements. So they're not talking about intervention. They're not talking about aggressively selling the yen. And then they're not talking about, they said they're uncertain about monetary policy. So we had this amazing move, and now it's back to this old bullshit price action. Literally. 2 days of a couple of upside, and it's basically majority in 1 day, right? Which is hard to catch. And then now we're back to this ranging price action here. So it's a little bit of a mix here. It's a little bit of a mix of what price wants to do. But yeah, I would say that the yen is a little bit weaker, if anything, you know. Wouldn't be out of the ordinary to come back, fill this gap eventually. We'll see. Anyways, how's gold closed here for the 1 hour? We just closed the 1 hour. Looks like it closed deep. Yeah, wow. That's a rubbish close for continuation of sales. Definitely something we don't want to be involved in now. But gives us amazing opportunity for setup 5 back up. Or to be looking for retracements to continue down. Both options are open here. You know? But if you're not part of this candle here, then you don't want to be part of it after this candle. Very stupid idea long term. Too big of a candle. So let price give you discount, and then we can sell back down if it wants to continue to sell. We could also buy back up here, even if it fails. Even if it fails, it doesn't matter because we would still be in profit. So both ideas we can take. Want to see DAX close? Okay, so DAX did end up closing above here. What a retracement to begin with. 1 hour closing above. Do we have top wick on broker? No top wick on broker, and my spreads are doing amazing. Thank you so much, man. This is amazing. So happy with these spreads. So no top wick can be an issue here. A lot of no top wick candles tend to, right, tend to fail. But this is the pullback we wanted, so if anything, would be great. Like, this is the liquidity you need. I've been seeing you for 2 months. Past yesterday night, I bought a funding ticks futures account and decided to trade gold and NASDAQ using your strat, but I can tell you, but can you tell me when and how to long I should take? Should take for what? To pass? Depends on how much you risk, man. Focus on good trades. Don't be spending money on accounts for no reason. Make sure you have the skill and education and feedback, and this is so important. And I don't say that to sell my products because I don't care, but you're just going to keep giving money to these prop firms unless you learn. Like, I do give a lot of free content to help people. So that's not true that I'm not out there to help. Can't find bias on UJ. Let's see what your plan is. Well, I don't know what your plan is because it's one line, so I'll have to analyze it. Good daily close. Bad 4 hour close. Very bad 4 hour close. One hour is interesting. See how 1 hour is closed back in the range and then closed back outside the range. I low-key feel like this will be a fake out. Until we close above this 5-minute structure, high chance this is going to be a fake out. So if this closes above the 5-minute structure, you have a chance. Otherwise, I don't trust it. Because as long as we respect this high, technically it doesn't have to go up. Why fake out? Secret. Ask me after stream. I can't explain that on stream. I'll tell you. I'm actually asking the time zone. When should I trade? London or New York, man? If you can trade both, trade both. If you can trade one, choose one. Choose one. No harm. So gold here is just melting, deciding to melt today here. No entry for me on these type of stuff. This just doesn't make any sense here. 160 pips for 170. It's not bad, but you have to complete the whole range, man. Right next to a 1 hour city trade. Absolute FOMO trade. Bullshit trade as well. And there's another 1 hour here. But if you guys want to gamble a bit, you can take those type of stuff. It's up to you. It's not my style though. Let me monitor some spread. Oh, fuck off, man. You know, if this 5-minute close bullish here, would be quite nice to maybe retest the highs here, to be honest. I can't take it on my broker, unfortunately, but if it was to close above here, it would look nice, but my entry would be all the way up there. Unless I just enter it for fun with 0.01. Doesn't matter at that point. Now, if it just blasts towards the upside, you could technically take a 5 closing above there, but you have to be aggressive. If it comes back, you have to get out because it's not going to be worth it. Breakouts don't work too well. Watching all the way from Tanzania? Nice, man. Habari. You bought some more Bitcoin when it hit 104K as a trade or as an investment? For me, I need lower prices for investment. Failing now on UJ? Yeah, that's what we kind of... Yeah, for me, it's too high for investment, 104K. For trade, yeah, it's great. Nice little pullback. But for investment, need long-term, need more. Looking for 85? Yeah, something like that. So now if it can get above, that's where it will be okay. So you'll know in like 1 minute 37 seconds. Just don't like this clean area here. It's not that bad on 1 minute though. How do you feel about UK 100? It is, yeah, UK 100 is great, man. I like UK 100. That's kind of like trading Nasdaq and US 30 during New York session. I'm trying to flip my $5 to $30 this session. Free farm. Good luck. If you want, I can help flip your $5 to 50,000. I think that would be a bit better. I've done that before. You can check on my YouTube channel. I have $5 to 100,000. 5 to 100,000. I'm the only trader on the internet to flip $5 to 100,000. Changing lives, you know. You can literally be a street sweeper. Have nothing to your name. $1, man. $1 to your name. You start trading Forex and it changes your life. $1 to the name. How long did that take, man? I did it in like a week only, man. A week I made 100 grand from $5. Life changing. You know? Come on, guys, wake up. How long did it take? Wow. It's not wow. I'm tempted to trade the UJ, to be honest. Real or sarcastic? Bro, if you're believing anyone flipped $5 to 100,000, please quit trading and wake up. Of course, fully fake whoever does that. Fully. Trust me. Or demo. And they just try like 100 times. If there was a 1% chance for me to flip $5 to 100K, I would do it. 1% chance. Why is it a 1%? Because if I lose 100 times, I've only lost $500. Think about it, guys. Wake up. If there was a 1% chance for me to flip $5 to 100,000, 1%, I would take it because it's only $500. If I lose 99 times or 100 times, I've only lost $500. That's how much percent gains it is? How much? 2 million percent gains? Yeah, come on, man. 2 million percent gains. Yeah, you're right. 5 to 50,000 minute, yeah. I'm wondering if I should trade UJ today. That's what I'm wondering here. But I'm not too bearish on the yen. This 4 hour is a terrible, terrible, terrible close for buys, huh? But I could manage aggressively. So far to get 10 pips, huh? Me too, Stefan, man. It looks like a real resistance here, you know? This definitely does not scream buys to me. And that's the last 4 hour we had before our session. And it's not screaming press buy. It's telling me that any move up here is maybe going to be a retracement to head down. Yeah, we have a beautiful change of structure. I wonder if this high will keep us safe. Check 1 hour? Yeah, but there's more than one time frame, Mr. iPhone. Don't know your name. You know, it looks good, but where did the 1 hour retest? It didn't retest down here. Mr. iPhone? I don't know his name. He always shows up as iPhone, man. I'm not buying it, man. I don't. Alright, gold here is created as support. No bottom wick yet. No 5-minute structure. So we need one or the other. Need a bottom wick and 5-minute structure would be nice. What do you think about crypto? Yeah, I like crypto. For me, I have one of my biggest investment portfolios in crypto. So I do like crypto. Closing doji here, not giving you the best bullish pressure. We have sells below here potentially as well. But like I said before, I do not want to be selling lows. Who is iPhone? You have to tell us his name, man. I want to know who I'm addressing. Just give Harry 3 minutes, he knows who I am. Bro knows everyone. From that statement, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say Peter. If I had to guess.
Okay,
just
man.
From that. See?
Yeah, sorry, I switched my subscription to cards, so I've been using my other phone.
Nice.
Yeah, I stopped using crypto. I start using my card to pay.
I see. Big man now, huh? Big man.
Fuck you, man. I know you know me.
Let's go, Peter. If you need time to kill, you can roast my trade in member trade reviews. Alright, we'll see. 2 minutes. I want to see how this candle closes. I unfortunately might not be able to trade it, but I think it would be a valid entry if it closes above. At least for a shot. It is buying highs. They have not worked too well, but you can be very aggressive. The reason why is like we've rejected so many times, and now we're going to get above. We also have a 15-minute candle closing bearish, so we have some sort of liquidity. That's the biggest difference here, is the liquidity we have. So if you're going to have this chance to push up bullish, this is going to be the chance. I mean, my spreads look okay now, but then they suddenly widen. Maybe I take the risk. See, look, I just can't do it, man. I just can't. It's really frustrating because this affects my main as well. It's actually a serious problem. I messaged, they said, you know, they're going to get their act together. Maybe I should put like a 0.01 or a 1 lot, right? Because if I get stopped out with spread, it's not going to be that bad, right? At least to practice. But how are you supposed to enter this when it looks like that, man? Look at this. Yeah, it's just not possible. Has to close above though. Very, very important to close above. Risky if it doesn't, because we don't have a 15 closing above. If we had the 15, then we could argue, okay, let's go impulsively break off high. But without this, now this we can't take anyways. I mean, you could take it if you You could take it if you want to be super impulsive, but that's just not my style. I don't have enough probabilities here. What about UJ? I don't know if I trust UJ too much, man. Oh, there it goes now. It's looking good now, yeah. What did it do? It broke the high? Yeah. I mean, you should be in UJ if anything. You'd have to go break of this high though. You can't have entered break of 5-minute high because it never broke it. So you have to go break of this high. So let's see how it does. To get a 1-to-1 stop loss here, minimum stop loss, aggressive stop loss is 10 pips. And 10 pips is up there. You're already halfway to TP. This is how your broker looks. Yeah, looks nice on... Oh, what's this line though? The red line you have. That's like a 5-minute resistance. Oh, that's your spread. Okay, sorry. Yeah, yours looks good to go. Yours looks good to go, but I don't know if I can trust your broker. But I mean, if you were trading by yourself, it looks good to go. Yeah, this is why I didn't trust the gold buys just yet. You have high spreads as well. Mine is like 4-point spread though. That's all. It's been like that the whole time. Yeah, so it is pushing here. So I think some of the brokers were correct here for the close above. Because this looks like no issues. Just straight pushing. So, but let's see how big his spread is. It's not that bad, his spread, no. This is current price and that's his spread. That's pretty normal spread. Mine is like 4 points. Yours close below? Yeah, it's tough, man. Gold says, would I give 1-to-1 setup 3? It's not a setup 3, man. Concentrate. Concentrate, man. You know this stuff. Look at this. This is a setup 3. What type of setup 3 are you taking here? Look at it, man. Concentrate, Alexi, bro. Completely lost here. Thrown all rules out the window.
I know we're in range, but it closed below minor range, and now if no,
100% wrong. Go right now in the resources tab and check the image of setup 3, and then come back to me. You need to imprint this in your brain. How this is not a setup 3. First hint I'll give you is we're closing. First hint. We're closing bullish at a 1-hour support with a long rejection wick to the downside. That's your only hint. The rest you need to tell me. Because if I keep telling you, it's just not going to stick in your brain. If you discover it yourself from the resources, you're going to be like, okay.
Hey, Harry, quick question. So, let's say we were entered on DAX, it did close above for us. Were those previous 5 minutes, previous 5-minute resistances be like a watch zone for us if it started to struggle?
This one here, the first one, yeah. You'll see what happens there.
Because I was going to say, like, would we use that zone as somewhere to manage just in case it started to struggle?
If it rejected that immediately and then started to get back in the range, I would personally start to look at 1 minute. And, like, you know, if it started to fail there and get below here, I'd probably have to close at that point.
No, yeah. It looked like it ran smooth. Look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's just insane. I mean, just unlucky with my broker here. This is like nuts the way the spread moving. I mean, it didn't even close above on my exchange. So even if it spreads were fine, I don't think I'll be in this one. But some people it did close above, and it seems that close above was correct on that day because it's played out the move as I would expect with a close above. So that's interesting to see.
Yeah, appreciate it though. Thank you.
No, man, easy. Would you have entered with the small gap down on broker instead of a bottom wick? Well, I needed to close above first. those gap downs make me hesitate. Sometimes I'm okay if I have other confirmations. If that one candle is my only candle, I kind of still feel uncomfortable with it. I feel it's tough. You know, it makes you think a bit like, oh.
Harry, I don't know if it's the same for you, but for me, whenever I have a gap up or a gap down, usually when it's a gap down, let's say there was the previous candle closed bullish and it's a gap down on the open of the candle, it usually plays out as a bottom wick. It's weird.
I've noticed that as well, but I've been caught out by it once or twice, and that scarred me.
Yeah, that's what makes it just tricky.
Yeah, but I do feel like if someone took it, I wouldn't say it's wrong. That's the difference, you know? Like, I get it. It does kind of count as a bottom wick. So it's an interesting one. I think more often than not, we just don't have enough data on it. It's very hard to test that. It doesn't happen all that much to test it. So I think since it doesn't happen all that much, you can just count it as a bottom wick.
So I'm looking at it again, Harry. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, it's not ideal. We have 1 hour support right there. You don't have it marked on your chart, but I have it on mine.
I have it marked on my chart.
Yeah, I see 15 on yours. I don't see the 1 hour.
This 1 hour, 1S.
There's another one that you don't have, but anyway, yeah, it's not ideal. The wick is the other way. It's going like, yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, but
it's not a setup 3, man. Setup 3 has very specific rules, and one of the rules of setup 3, mandatory. Mandatory is there to be entry break of candle low. This candle is showing you rejection to upside. Imagine this candle. This candle literally grabbed liquidity from downside and telling you, hey, I'm rejecting the 1 hour support. I am not closing below the 1 hour support, and I'm giving more bullish pressure in this candle. If this was the opposite way around, like this, and now you are looking for us, like, you know, obviously you can't, but that's the side you want to be on. You want to be on this side where the top wick is long and the bottom wick is small.
So we'll be entering on breaking the wick, not the candle body, I suppose, then?
No, always candle. Okay, what do you enter setup 1? What do you enter?
Yeah, of course, no.
Same rule. Yeah, but it's the same rule. That's how you're going to remember that. Like, there's no setup that I have that involves, unless a wick fill, which is different because you're not filling the wick on the body, you're filling a continuation wick. You know?
Yeah.
You're following the same direction as the candle closed in a wick fill, not the opposite direction. This type of wick fill, you're filling the opposite direction wick, doesn't work that well. You see here, like, why didn't that wick get filled then here? This opposite direction wick, because that's what it kind of looks like. This is exaggerated. Why didn't this wick get filled, right? Yeah. But wicks in the same direction tend to be filled more often, right? See, this is a wick in the same direction, it got filled.
It got filled, yeah.
But this here, look at this opposite direction wick didn't get filled, it continued more.
Alright, thank you, boss.
Okay. How's UJ doing? Yeah, that's the problem with UJ. This is why I didn't like it, because it needs a lot of liquidity to go up and we don't have enough bullish pressure. Now, it's not over yet. It's not over until this, but the problem is you're questioning the trade here. So with UJ, you have to accept a small loss here. Something closing below here, you can cut the trade. But otherwise, you have to kind of try hold UJ to see if it creates another higher low. That's your only chance. Because this is not a bad thing. This is just retesting. But there is a chance here with that 4 hour close that this just does this. And you'll be wrong today. But that's the risk you take with UJ. Because I wouldn't also like to go break even on this trade and then it plays out. Harry, is a wick fill a high probability setup mean you count it as AA+? We discussed wick fills in depth in my webinar and the exclusive. You guys have had enough value today. UJ, you have to... Dax made nice move and gave 1-to-1. Good to see for rest of the week. That is correct, yeah. Nice to see, actually. This is good to see a breakout playing out. One sec, just getting a phone call. Let me check who this is. Hello? Yes? I was better before this call because I don't want a call about marketing. No problem. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Facts, man. Just give them facts. The problem is now that's what they said. No, just like, and the best thing is they were trying to sell me on trading. Century Finance. And really, oh, how are you doing? Is this Mr. Harry? They have my name, obviously. I said, yes, this is Harry. And then they're like, how are you doing today, sir? I said I was better before you called. Next time I'm gonna put on speaker. We can have some fun. Because the best thing is when they try sell me on trading. I should have put on speaker. I should have put on speaker. Why should I put on speaker? Because last time they call, they tell me, you know, are you interested in trading? You can make a lot of money trading. I like, really? That's why you work in a call center, right? Because you must be making a fuck ton of money from trading. And that's why you are in a call center calling people instead of at your PC trading. No, sir, we make money trading. I said, quit. Quit then. If you make that much money trading. Why are you calling people? Great job, huh? Call to get your phone smashed in your face every day. I'd love to call 1,000 people per day. Like, come on. Saying the same thing. Hello, fuck you. Boop. Hello, how are you? Don't call me. Boop. Hello, block my number. I mean, great job. Come on, man. You know, let's be serious. Then they lie. They lie. That's the problem. They lie. It's like, come on. Setup 1 didn't work for you this morning. Why don't you take setup 1 on? See the pair here. UJ. This is not a setup 1. That is the problem. That is the problem. So, of course, it didn't work for you because this is not a setup 1. You are trading without a candle closing above the range. Even though this did, there's no continuation. Tapped your watch zone, move break even, get out break even. So you did a lot of things wrong in this trade. A lot. There's maybe 1, 2... Yeah, 2 major things wrong in this trade. 3 potentially. Because you're trading after a big candle here. Yeah, good. You waited for consolidation. You didn't take this one. But then why is it okay to go impulsively there? You know, wait for the close, man. So let's see your disaster trade here. Okay, he had a close here. Why is this a disaster trade though? But this one depends if this was at 15 resistance. Now I need to go check all the people and see if they you took... Oh no, yours one was okay. Yeah, yours one was better. You just got stuck. So yeah, your 15-minute resistance here is wrong. I don't have this. So I don't know where you're taking that 15-minute resistance because it closed above. The previous 15-minute resistance is up here. So you have some space. But your trade is not bad. You just had to hold drawdown. The good thing is you put Asian stop loss. If you didn't put an Asian stop loss, you're out. You see? So that's a great thing you did the Asian stop loss. This is the trade that you want me to laugh at, you said? Yeah, the closing here is a bit scared. I didn't like it? No, that's how Asian works. I just don't like you buy after such a big candle, but sometimes it's worth a shot. You just, if you're gonna lose, then that's what's gonna fuck you up, you know? If you're gonna lose, that's what's gonna fuck you up. Look at UJ now, right? This is what I was talking about. UJ didn't trust that candle. Gold though, bouncing here from down here. Let's see how it forms from this area here, because we could make another lower high on the 5 minutes. So let's see. We did not take gold because of risk management. No, there's no entry and no space, right? If we sold here, actually, yeah, it would have surprisingly gave a 1-to-1, which is actually shocking. So, but no, it's just too deep typically. I want to see how DAX is doing here. Yep, on and upwards. Man, it's a shame I can't trade DAX. I'll be way more locked in. I wonder if the stream account I should change broker. Yeah. Came to drop by a bit. Happy Diwali. Yes, happy Diwali to you if you're celebrating. Enjoy, enjoy. How does thank you boss makes you feel, Harry? I feel uncomfortable when my employees call me boss. You see here, culturally, the people who are here, it's very normal. And I don't act like a boss. So when people call me sir or boss, it's out of respect, and I give them the same respect back. If you tell them, don't call me sir, don't call me boss, it's uncomfortable for them. Price hike next month? Yeah, actually, as I said, I'm doing 10 spots. So we filled 5 out of the 10 spots. As soon as the next 5 spots fill up in the group, I'm just going to hike the price. So if they fill up in the next 5 days, I'll hike it in the next 5 days. If they fill up by the end of the month, I'll hike it for the end of the month. So it depends what comes first. Either the spots fill up or yeah, whatever comes first. I think, yeah, either spots fill up or end of month. And then we'll hike the price. I'm still deciding on a price. I have 2 prices in mind. One price is $900 per month. And the other price is $895 per month. So pretty, just deciding. I think second is cheaper. Yeah, me too. I think, you know. No bullshit. Only serious people in Tradesharpe exclusive now. At this point, just make it 10k. 1k actually. No, yeah, 1k is pretty good. That's cheap? Exactly. That's what I thought, man. That's what I thought. Still cheap when you look at the content you give. Respect, man. That's my #1 marketing. I'll send you your payment for that comment later. No, it won't be that much. Only messing. You guys will see. You guys will see. It's not too crazy. I can guess. Yeah, you guys can guess. Yeah, you guys, if you want, guess what the price hike will be. Yeah, you guys can guess. That's fine. My one renews tomorrow. If you're a current member, you don't have to care about price increase. It will never affect you. Some people saying 95, 75, $80. 999 per year. That's not bad. Are you streaming on Twitch too? No, not enough people. Funny how you called UJ a bad trade and then boom SL. That's the one skill. We can discuss UJ why I thought it would be a fake out. What if I stop for a few months then come back? Will I have the old price? Probably not. Depends how long you've been a member for. OG members, I will always guarantee them the original price as a sign of respect from my side. What if I was a member and decide to come back in 2 months? Depends. Depends on how long you've been a member. So current members don't get upcharged? No way, man. I'm not that nasty, bro. I'm not money hungry like these gurus. You guys will pay the same. Don't worry, man. I'm not a guru trying to buy a Lambo so needs to upcharge his current members because his payment for his car is going down. Don't worry. That ain't gonna happen. Say I charge $500 membership fee and $100 per month with 1-year contract like a gym membership so people can actually stick. Yeah, that's something I'm thinking about in the future. I'm hoping that the higher price will at least put more people who are committed, because I do feel like people are a little bit lazy. People are a little bit lazy sometimes, you know. How's the car? I love it, bro, of course. I've been a member since 2022. Feels like yesterday. The most people are older than me here. Yeah, you're an OG. Asian session sucked last night. Yeah, it wasn't too exciting Asian session last night. Yeah. Yeah, DAX is beautiful today actually. If it does one pullback, you can get a beautiful trade if it pulls back here. If you didn't manage to get on this, if allow it to pull back and you can get a nice trade. Buy off that support. Upcharge, okay boss, you need a new chair? Nah. The Furus are smart, they justify the big price increase with new unnecessary tool indicator they've added, for example. Yeah. I mean, I've never increased the price since I started the group and it's been over 2 years. Most of these guys increase prices like weekly. Mixed bias today, tested the lows. 15-minute support is being tested here. I would like a 5-minute change of structure, but watch this previous range. Sometimes this zone here can be nasty. So if it starts to do that, be careful. 5-minute, yeah, then it's fine with 5-minute change of structure. Yeah, you mentioned that. Sorry, I didn't read. But just watch this preview. I do notice that these type of range can be nasty. So just watch that. Otherwise, I don't mind it, man. It seems alright. Yeah. Do you think gold is crazy because people are trusting the dollar? No, they're expecting rate cuts. And all over the world, people are just hoarding gold at the moment. Give me a sec. I'll just go toilet, come back, guys. 1 second.
Harry.
Yo, man.
On the gold over here, the fact that we have on this LTA, directly on the left within the range, we have a break. Does that make it invalid setup too, or is it still okay?
Yeah, because of this.
Right. That's what I was
If
thinking.
that wasn't there, would have been nice. I mean, on 30-minute, it could be valid if you ignore it on 30-minute, but I feel like you need a close above maybe 40 here, or at least the 1 hour support. You know?
Okay. Thank you.
Kind of looks like it's just figuring out what to do. Here's a pullback you're getting here. I didn't trust this. Been a while since we had a comment of the day. Yeah, we did have the comment of the day a while back. What's the quiz of today? Let me just think of a good quiz of today. Okay, I think I have one. One more.
We did get that pullback on DAX, Harry, that you were talking about.
Yeah, I saw. I just can't trade DAX, unfortunately. You know? I just can't trade DAX. I wish. All right, question of the day is gonna be, what is leverage in trading? A type of trading account. B, your margin level. C is borrowing capital, and D is gonna be your account balance. What is leverage? What is leverage? Let's see. See what people are voting. People are saying B, some people are saying C. Let's see, let's see. Wink, wink. B is starting to catch up. Nice to see people actually think about the question. B for Bob. B for business. B for balls. Yep, you need that in trading. Are you working to improve your monthly return, or you think that's unrealistic at your level? Not at all, man. I'm constantly working, for sure. I don't think there's always room for improvement, but I don't think there's going to be marginal increases, meaning that maybe my average now is like 5 hour per month, right? 5 hour per month. Maybe I can increase my average to 7 hour, but to say now I can average 20 hour per month is unrealistic. And if I was averaging 20 hour per month, risking 1 hour per trade, I would be scouted by the biggest hedge funds in the world and probably be banned from trading. I'd be banned for trading because of the amount of money I'd be able to make. It would just be insane. I'd be able to make a 20% return, 200% plus per year. It would just be absolutely crazy. When you lock a trade, does the trade show on your live screen? Yep. $109 votes and 109 likes. Wow. So everyone else is just sleeping. Everyone else is just, don't want to say the word, you know? Not bothered. Come on, guys, wake up. This is the Tradesharpe stream. Action is here. To see action, action. Thinking of shorting Euro USD, but market positioning. Any advice? What time frame, man? I need some context. Because maybe, you know, what time frame you think of shorting it? Swing? Is it a session trade? You know, you need to tell me that. Because it's gonna be different on like a daily time frame. It's a good place on a daily time frame. Yeah, it's just tough. Your ranges are tough. That's the problem here. There's not much ranges. It's very tight ranges. If you make 20% on your funded account every month, will the prop firm pay you? Probably not, no. You're going to be flagged for something. It's too much money for them. That's 20k a month. You cost them 200k a year. You're a threat. So whatever you're doing to trade, they're going to ban that type of system. Anything below 10%, prop firms are happy with. All right, I'm ending the poll now. Ending the poll. We have 4% voting it's a type of trading account. We have 37% people voting it's your margin level. And we have 57% voting it's borrowing capital and 2% your account balance. So the correct answer is going to be it is borrowing capital. Leverage means you are leveraging capital that they give you. They give you buying power by using bigger lots, right? But why is it safe for them? Because whatever you lose or make is not relative to their account, it's relative to your account balance. It's relative to your account balance. Even if it closes below, where's your range? You know, it's so tight. You know, you have a 15 support right here. We have the open coming here. I wonder which direction the open will go for DAX. I don't understand why people use prop firms. Just use a live brokerage for higher leverage, trade proper risk management. You'll be surprised how quickly you accumulate. Yes, it's true, but also prop firms is a good opportunity for people to prove their skills and get a massive return on initial investment. If you're a good trader, you can make more money from $500 in a prop firm than you will probably trading live. So that's where its benefit is. All right, let's see what it does. I'm interested to see after this push here, what are we doing? Wow, look how calm the open is. That shows, that's very interesting actually. That's one of the calmest opens I've seen in a while. That was just like a 20-point push, nothing. Now it's waking up. This can create some good buy opportunities back up. Let's see what we've done on the open candle here. Yeah, it looks a bit dead on gold if I'm being honest, man. Just come down to the bottom of the range and saying, you know, I'm dead. Don't want to do much. Just, you know, good night. Let's see who's on the leaderboard. I want to see if the leader... Oh, Sebastiano now went to first place now. Very interesting. Only with a 1% gain. Because he's winning off simulation hours. He's winning off simulation hours. So he's actually practicing. So we consider your consistency, profitability, and simulation hours. So he's winning. Sad in second place. Manuel in third place here. Top 3 gonna win. Let's see if that changes. Only a couple of days left till the end of next Friday. Next Friday we're going to be end of the month, and then prizes will be given to the top 3. So good luck. How do we participate? If you're a member, you just backtest. That's it. If you backtest, you spend time on the simulator and you trade, you will be entered automatically. What do they win? So I'm thinking first place will win maybe a cash prize of $200 or a funded account. Second place, we're probably going to give free month on depends. We might give a free 2 months. And then third place, we might give a free month. We'll see. We need to just see what we want, because $200 actually eats into our profit, believe it or not, because of what margins. We run really tight margins on this software, but we're happy to sponsor it because it would be fun. It's only once a month. Like, if anything, I'll sponsor it from my side anyways. We can make that back in a trade, so I'm not too worried about that. That's the beauty of trading. But yeah, they'll win stuff like that. It'll be fun. I need to be first. Well, first get on the top 5. Get on the top 5. If I want to risk 500 per trade, how much investment would I need to have in a leverage broker? Depends how much leverage you have. You don't have to risk 1% of your account. You could have a $10,000 account and risk $500. Your account balance will just move very fast. Prop firms create a whole new level of bullshit rules, kind of funny business that goes on, makes it harder to create long-term profits. I disagree. Yeah, but I'm saying in terms of risk on return on investment, prop firms beat. I personally like a mix of both. I think is great. I've always been and still are an own capital trader. I find that very powerful. I mean, we have a podcast. We have a podcast that talks about this, and I'm the guy who talks about personal account. There's this podcast here, this one here, if you want to see. Nice YouTube video. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you check out the most recent YouTube video as well about trading plan. Very important video to talk about trading plan here. Not a popular video, only 1,000 views. Look at the last video, because people don't care about trading plans, but it's super important. Super important. If you want to be profitable, this is a plan that kept me profitable, and I give it free to you guys. Soon Tradesharpe not going to give this much for free. It's just not possible, especially as respect goes down. People just take things for granted. So I'm going to start to remove that stuff. Do you use IC marks for own capital? Yes, but they're not being too well on my DAX spreads. I'm very disappointed with them, actually. Very disappointed. Because it's one of my main pairs. So it's very disappointing. Harry, this year I've been profitable. I made 17,000 from prop firms. Let's go, man. That's great news. Do they do raw accounts? Yes, of course. Yeah, it does. They're actually a different entity, Jim. They're a whole different entity, believe it or not. So they're not under the same, like they're different, two different companies. In terms of, they are owned by the same overall overhead company, but who runs them is different, right? Because one is run through, like, their licenses, of course, are different. Yo, Harry, I've been able to make 1 million from prop firms only using your strategy. Yeah, man, relax. Would be cool if it was true. Maybe it is, who knows? But I'm not buying that yet. You'd have to personally DM me with a bit of proof. A bit of proof. You think if the 50-minute closes above on gold, we can take the buys? You know, it's one of those situations where without 5-minute structure, it's gonna suck. And do we even get the close? How does it react at the previous 4-hour? All of those questions are there. Harry, is 1 to 30 leverage enough? Because that's offered. Yeah, it's enough. It's enough, but you just need more capital if you want to risk more, right? So with 1 to 30 leverage, I think, you know, you can risk definitely 2%. I think even 3 you can get away with. But if you want to start risking, I think 3 sometimes is hard. Depends on the stop loss. Gold is, Goldie bias is bearish. It's not bearish bias today. It's mixed bias. Daily close bearish, 4-hour time frame close bullish. We'll see how this candle closes here. It looks like it's ripping for now, which is not what we want. Gold has just been too impulsive this morning. Impulsively at the lows now. Impulsive pushes here. It's just not what we want to see. I mean, this even gapped up open. Messy. Lately, London been moving slow. Last 4 months, it's been really hit or miss. Completely different story in NY. It's a shame. We just nothing's happening in the Eurozone. That's why we're getting this bullshit. $15 close above here, you could probably push through this wick. 4 minutes. You could look for the wick fill and continuation. And then just watch this zone. If it gets fucked there, then get out. Beautiful liquidity grab. Double liquidity grab now. Let me monitor some spreads. Not seeing any spikes yet. Damn, gold. Too impulsive today, gold. Only thing I don't like is I'm buying at this 5-minute resistance here. If you miss a trade because it moved too fast, do you journal it? No, but it's not missing a trade. I mean, like, was it a valid setup? Like, are you talking about something that's, because there's been no valid trades right now. But no, I don't journal anything I don't take. But if you want to keep a separate journal of options that you missed because you were not fast enough, you hesitated, shit like that, yeah, you can. This is the second time we've rejected this 5-minute resistance, so this is telling me we need to be above it. 50-minute, high chance it might close below as well now. We will see if it does want to close it below or above. Yeah, if you're calculating lot size and it shoots, then I would keep like a, I mean, it just depends if you're gonna forget it, but you don't journal it. Yeah, you can journal it just to collect data, but your return on that trade will be nothing, right? Your return will be 0. So I'll probably look for a 5-minute close above this resistance at this point. I see a lot of people be particular about start of the week. Same goes for start of the month. Why is that? If you lose at the beginning of the week, you're chasing that loss for the week. Typically, end of month is where people mostly give back profits. And people are particular at the beginning of the month because they want to start off their month strong. It seems your stream is behind. Yep, because you're watching from YouTube. That's why we have Zoom, because Zoom has 0 delay.
Harry, did you give out an answer to the quiz already? Did I
Yeah.
miss it? I
was
did.
B.
B.
No, sorry, it was C. Sorry, the answer was C. Sorry.
Oh, okay, then all right, I'm on track. Good.
Giving you capital. Oh, so bad? It's not that bad. It's a couple of seconds, man. Wake up. If it's so bad, then just pay for the group. Stop being cheap. I'm gonna be honest. If you're gonna type like that, then if man, I'm streaming on this lowest latency we have. Low latency. So what can I do about that? This is my stream status. Excellent. Not good, excellent. Stream health is excellent. Can we ignore the 4 hour? We want to trade to it. That's the issue. We want to trade to it. You know, we've crossed a lot through with Wicks, but maybe it reacts off it. Who knows? So I want to be able to trade to it. I just don't like there's no bottom wick, man. Even on my broker. Isn't this too risky with overextension? We have a double liquidity grab. Pretty rare we get this look. If you look at the trade from here. This liquidity grab all these lows here, then we did it again on the open here, which is insane, and it went below this low as well. So this is like as much juice as you're gonna get. So that's your only way in to utilize this juice, because you don't get that often where liquidity grabs that hard, and you can see the outcome. It's just pumping. Sometimes it fails and it just fills the wick and continues down, and then this candle ends up closing bearish. But by the time this closed bullish, it's too late. It's like we're at resistance, so we can't just buy right here. We wanted to buy right here, actually. If this closed above is where I was going to buy. $2025 been a little funny. Lost 250k worth of phase 2s. Oh, damn. It's been pretty good for a lot of us. I think 2025 London has been more difficult, but otherwise, I've had a very strong year of trading. My first quarter was the best trading I've had in my life, so I can't complain. Definitely the slowest summer I've had, but you can't compare to first quarter. I used to have a much slower first quarter and then summer be also slow. So throughout the year, it's generally slow periods, but first quarter was just banging, man. I mean, banging. So I can't complain. Yeah, so this is just shot straight up through here. No bottom wick, no closes. Just a 1 minute close if you trust that. Without bottom wick, I wouldn't. I have the same no bottom wick on broker. Small gap up as well. Gold impulsive here. Just pushing, no 5 minute pullbacks. That's it, done for me. That's when I call it now. Now you jump something into the high. Market ain't gonna play ball. I ain't gonna play. No, thank you. So, shame. Spreads have looked good, actually. So, that's nice to see. That actually, after London Open, I had something. But, again, I need to wait for another retracement. Then I can buy up again. That's it. That's how it is. This is how you know when to call it. Because this is where you're just buying absolute highs if you get in. That's why I talked about the retracement. So, that's the best thing to do at this. If we close nicely above here, I would have been part of this move, which would have given me a nice 35 points. Stop loss would have been about 18 points. Easy. Easy volume. Volume was there. Entry wasn't. Welcome to trading. So, anyways, only Monday though. And interesting to see. Nice to see some sort of volume in the market. Hopefully we can have some less impulsive moves here with no bottom wicks and some random stuff. And yeah, would be clean. So let's see what the rest of the week will do. We have NY today as well. NY could be interesting on gold. If we start to break out of this range, we have quite a big range here to fill. Above here, we have about a 500 pip, almost 500 pip range. 500 pip range towards upside. So if we pull back as well here to create supports to continue up, quite a few options starting to form. So we'll see what happens by New York. Appreciate you all. Take care. Trade sharp. Hopefully catch you guys very soon. Much love. Peace.